When a Pentagon leader can't even say women are capable of pulling a trigger, that's not hesitation, that's ideology. What we saw here wasn't confusion, it was contempt dressed up as military philosophy. Chrissy Houlahan didn't just ask questions. She forced Pete Hegseth to face the prejudice that's been hiding behind the word lethality for decades.
Ms. Houlahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I've been looking forward very much to our time together. My name is Chrissy Houlahan. In addition to representing a part of Pennsylvania, the 6th District, I also am a veteran. I come from a family of veterans and service members, and it's very deeply personal to me, this conversation that we're having, as I know it is to you as well. Over the last several days, I've had the opportunity to watch a bit of the hearings that you have testified at this week, and I can see and know that you have quite a bit to say. But since I only have 5 minutes, I'm going to try and focus my time on a concept that you talk about very frequently, and that is lethality. By definition, lethality simply means being capable of causing death. Secretary Hegseth, I have a couple of clarifying questions that I'd like very much to get through. So in the interest of time and efficiency, I would ask just simply for a yes or no from you for the answers to these questions in advance, and I thank you. So given that definition of lethality, would it be fair to say that both men and women are, generally speaking, capable of causing death?
It depends.
Yes or no, sir?
Depends on the context.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Are men and women capable of causing death?
It depends on the context.
Yes or no?
It depends on the context.
It's unbelievable to me that you can't come up with an answer whether or not a man or a woman can cause death. That's an obvious yes. Would it be fair to say that the U.S. military trains our soldiers in multiple ways to be capable of causing death, whether they are men or women?
That's a big part of our job.
Yes. Would it be fair to say that both men and women are capable of pulling a trigger of a rifle to cause death? Yes or no?
Sure.
And would it be fair to say that both men and women are capable of operating an unmanned combat drone or maybe pushing a button to launch a missile to cause death again? Yes or no?
I know what you're getting at, ma'am.
Yes?
But it is,
so lastly,
men and women
sir,
carry equipment differently, a 155 round differently, a rucksack differently,
reclaiming
a 240
my
Bravo
time,
machine gun
I asked
differently.
about missiles and drones.
It is the gentlelady's time.
Reclaiming my time,
Pause.
sir.
It is the gentlelady's time.
Would it be fair, finally, to say that both men and women are capable of piloting a jet or a helicopter to combat people and to cause death as a consequence?
A lot of wonderful female pilots.
Yes or no? So while I agree with you that physical fitness, as you were mentioning, is a very strong and important component of lethality, the warfighter that you have written about in your books and talked about on various podcasts is but a very, very small piece of the overall lethality picture. In fact, we estimate only about 10% of our military personnel are directly involved in the kind of combat that you're referring to. Rather, 90%, that's the math, of our troops are doing other jobs that support and enable those 10%. So to put it simply, lethality cannot be measured solely by the damage that a 6'3", 225-pound Christian male with a rifle can do to the enemy anymore. Sure, I agree he's part of that solution, but it is an incomplete and at best very dangerous and very homogeneous description of that. Lethality is equal parts technical skills, tactical experience, cognitive problem solving, and physical fitness. It's not about one person, but it's about many. It's not about blue or red. It's not about liberal or conservative, Christian, Jewish, or agnostic. It's not about North and South. Here are some statements that you have said previously about women in service. This is 2024, sir, not when you were a 19-year-old. You have said that women are life givers, that dads push us to take risks, and that moms put the training wheels on our bikes, that we need moms, but not in the military. Secondly, you have said, I am straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, and it hasn't made us more lethal. With what's left of my time, sir, I will say to you that women have served our country for 200+ years in our militaries and in service and protection of our nation. They are watching you, what you do and what you say, and we deserve better from you. Women can and do serve with lethality today. We can and do all of the jobs that are required of us. Yes or no, do you believe military women should be in all roles in the military?
Women have joined
Yes
our
or
military
no, sir?
in record numbers
Should
under this
women be
administration.
in all roles in the military?
Standards should be high and equal for
Yes
all
or
positions.
no, sir? We agree. Should
Standards,
they be in all roles in the military?
My job is that
yes
10%
or no?
stays as sharp as
Reclaiming my
possible.
time.
Standards should be high and equal.
Reclaiming my time. Will you agree that that women should be able to perform in all combat roles, assuming they meet the standards?
Genlady's time's expired.
It's all about standards.
Before we move to
What you just witnessed wasn't a simple disagreement over military policy. It was a collision between two visions of what the U.S. military is supposed to be. One that defines power through brute masculinity, and another that sees strength in competence, equality, and intellect. Representative Chrissy Houlahan, herself a veteran, didn't come to play semantics. Her questioning cut straight through the cultural armor that's long protected a very old idea of what it means to be lethal. Houlahan's line of questioning exposed something many in Washington still dance around, that in 2025, the highest levels of military leadership are still clinging to gender stereotypes dressed up as tradition. When Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, refused to give a simple yes to whether women are capable of causing death, it wasn't about uncertainty, it was about ideology. It revealed how lethality has become a coded word. It's no longer just about combat effectiveness, it's about preserving a cultural narrative, one that ties power, violence, and patriotism to a very narrow idea of manhood. Houlahan's response, her insistence that lethality isn't defined by muscle mass or testosterone, but by intellect, discipline, and technical mastery, brought the issue back to reality. Because in modern warfare, the battlefield isn't just physical anymore. It's digital, cognitive, and technological. From drones and cyber warfare to logistics and intelligence, today's wars are fought by teams of people, men and women, who operate with precision and coordination. But that's not how certain leaders want the public to see it. They still want the image of the 6'3", 225-pound Christian male with a rifle, as Houlahan put it, because that image fits their politics. Let's be clear, this isn't just a debate about inclusion. It's about who gets to define patriotism and whose bodies and identities are considered central to American power. The reluctance to recognize women's full participation in combat roles is an attempt to preserve hierarchy, to keep the mythology of war masculine even as the nature of war itself changes. And what's remarkable is that Houlahan didn't just challenge Hegseth's comments, she dismantled the entire framework that underpins them. She reminded the room and the country that 90% of military personnel are not frontline combatants. They are engineers, analysts, strategists, medics, and technicians. Without them, the so-called warfighters can't fight at all. So when leaders like Hegseth cling to old ideas about who's fit for combat, what they're really saying is that they can't imagine a world where equality and excellence coexist. They're afraid that acknowledging women's full capability threatens the very hierarchy that defines their sense of order, and frankly, their sense of self. In a way, this hearing was a microcosm of America's broader identity crisis. Can the nation that prides itself on freedom and equality reconcile with its own systems built on exclusion? Chrissy Houlahan's confrontation wasn't just about gender. It was about honesty. Because what's more dangerous to a democracy than leaders who refuse to say what everyone knows is true? And that's why moments like this matter, because they pull back the curtain on how power really talks when it's cornered. This wasn't just a heated exchange. It was a reminder that the fight for equality, even in 2025, still has to be fought in rooms where the most basic truths are treated as controversial. If we can't get a straight answer on whether women are capable of serving equally, then what does that say about the people defining our national defense? Stay awake. Stay aware. This is Left Lens, where we cut through the noise and confront the power behind the politics. Like, share, and subscribe, because understanding why moments like this matter is how democracy stays alive.